The moment Jimin and Jungkook walked side by side through JFK Airport in New York, the internet erupted. No official statement, no teaser, no prior hint, just two of BTS's most beloved members showing up in the United States, together, calm and composed amid flashing cameras and screaming fans. It was the kind of surprise that fans live for. Some were already at the airport by chance, others arrived in minutes, as photos spread across social media like wildfire. It didn't take long before hashtag Jikook and HYBE, hashtag Jimin Jungkook together, and hashtag BTS in America began trending worldwide. Let's step back and take a closer look at why this simple airport sighting sent shockwaves through the BTS fandom, and why Jikook, this powerful pairing of Jimin and Jungkook, continues to fascinate millions. This marked one of the first public appearances of the two since beginning their mandatory military service. Now, with their military commitments complete, this unannounced trip outside of Korea raised countless questions. Were they traveling for work? For pleasure? Or perhaps for a secret project? Jungkook appeared effortlessly stylish, wearing a dark oversized jacket and black beanie that slightly shadowed his face. Jimin, in contrast, wore a light gray hoodie and a matching face mask. Despite their efforts to remain low-key, their presence was instantly recognizable. Their body language was relaxed, occasionally turning toward one another for quiet conversation, as if the world around them didn't exist. What followed were several blurry but exciting photos captured by fans and even airport workers. Among the most talked about was an image taken on board the flight, Jimin and Jungkook seated together in first class, heads slightly leaning in, completely at ease. Some fans claimed they were sharing earbuds. Others pointed out what looked like matching bracelets on their wrists. Whether these details were significant or just wishful interpretations, one thing was clear: the fandom was activated. Shortly after landing in New York, Jimin went live briefly on Weverse. It was a casual check-in, thanking fans and mentioning a special trip. While Jungkook didn't speak directly, his voice could be faintly heard in the background, confirming what fans already suspected: they were together. Not just in the same city, not just on the same plane, but together and most likely traveling with shared intent. Speculation exploded. Was this a photo shoot? A commercial? A music video? Could they be preparing for a surprise subunit release? For longtime fans of BTS, and especially for those who follow the Jikook dynamic closely, it felt like a continuation of a story, a subtle thread of connection that's been present since their early days as trainees. Jimin and Jungkook have always shared a special bond. Over the years, fans have seen them support one another through struggles, laugh together in late-night V-Lives, and share vulnerable moments behind the scenes. This moment in New York seemed to revive all those memories, bringing that bond back into focus with renewed energy. There were no staff members or managers in sight. No visible entourage. Their quiet arrival in New York felt unusually private for global superstars, further fueling theories. Could this be a personal trip? A creative retreat? Or maybe even a sign of a documentary in the making? Back in Korea, media outlets began picking up on the news. Headlines speculated about a hidden schedule or upcoming solo or unit project. Entertainment analysts weighed in, suggesting this could be HYBE's strategy to generate organic buzz around post-military BTS activities. After all, what better way to get fans talking than a mysterious appearance of the group's two youngest members in one of the biggest cities in the world? Meanwhile, the online reaction was massive. Fan-made edits flooded TikTok and Instagram. Twitter was filled with fan theories, translated posts, and emotional reactions. Even international news outlets began picking up the story. Suddenly, a quiet walk through an airport had become the most talked about K-pop moment of the week. Some fans were excited purely by the idea of Jikook being together again. Others were hopeful that this appearance marked the beginning of a musical or visual collaboration. Still others took it as a comforting sign that even in uncertain times, BTS remains connected, not only professionally but as brothers. Of course, not everyone was on board with the speculation. Some voices urged caution, reminding fans not to overanalyze or romanticize every interaction. But for most, this wasn't about wild theories or shipping. It was about joy. Seeing two beloved artists, after months of absence, happy, healthy, and traveling together felt like a gift. By day 2 of their trip, fan accounts began posting unconfirmed sightings of Jimin and Jungkook in various parts of Manhattan, dining at a quiet restaurant, shopping discreetly, or walking along the Hudson River. No new official content was released, but every tiny glimpse became a cherished moment. Perhaps that's the magic of Jikook. Their presence doesn't need grand declarations or scripted interactions. A glance, a shared moment, even a silent walk through an airport can send waves of warmth through the hearts of millions. As of now, HYBE has issued no formal statement regarding the purpose of their visit. Whether or not we get an official update, fans are already drawing their own conclusions. Some believe this is the beginning of something big. Others are simply grateful for the moment. A reminder that the bond between Jimin and Jungkook is as strong as ever. For now, all we can do is watch, wait, and celebrate the joy of seeing two of BTS's brightest stars back in the spotlight. Whatever comes next, whether it's music, media, or something else entirely, this surprise reunion has already become a legendary chapter in the story of BTS. And if history tells us anything, it's that with Jikook, the story is never truly over. Every meeting, every glance, every city they walk through together, it all becomes part of something bigger. Not just for them, but for the millions who follow with admiration, love, and endless curiosity. So whether this trip to New York was for business, for friendship, or for something we can't yet imagine, one thing is clear: Jikook is back, and the world is watching.
From shining through, it's true.